anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
What's up, Otaku and Gamer Nation? It's Otaking Live coming at you again for another pickups of the week, which is bi-weekly lately because I've been slacking. Feel free to kick my ass. Alright, we're going to start things off pretty quickly here. It's going to be pretty much a gaming episode this time. There's a bit of a story behind it. You know, I tried to pick up some anime figures, but we hit a little snag in the road. I'll tell you more in a minute. So, first off, we're just going to start quickly with these sweet, delicious Pokémon EB Games GameStop pickups. Now, GameStop, or EB Games here, in Ontario, don't have their DS games out anymore on the floor, but they still actually have them. I learned this at the one store the other day. So what you pretty much got to do is you got to go and you gotta ask them. You got to be like, hey, let me in your, back room, pretty much. What I ended up doing was they just print off a list of all the games they have. They have they go on the computer, they print off the list, and I look through the list and see what I want. So they ended up having, like, every Pokemon game, and some without box, some with. Now, Black, they didn't have the box, but I already had it from somewhere else. So I bought the game loose and threw her in my case. And then they had Heart Gold, and it is a minty Heart Gold. And so I picked that up immediately. And what ended up happening was after I got home, I don't know where it was, I have no idea, but I ended up already having Black and Heart Gold. So now I have two of them, which is just fantastic. So, whatever, you can never have enough Pokemon games. God knows EB still gives you like $15 trade-in value on the Pokemon games. Couldn't believe it. Of course, they sell them for $30, but with my Onyx discount or whatever, I get them for about 20, just over $25. So it's not terrible, especially, boxed, mint condition Pokemon games. So, either way, my DS Pokemon collection is now complete. I have every one, Soul Silver, Heart Gold. They're not super complete, as in I don't have the cardboard cases for them and the Pokewalkers, but hey, whatever, you take them as you can get them. So, Pokemon on the DS is complete. Now, I'm starting the 3DS collection, and these are the only two I have right now. So I gotta go get, Alpha Ruby or whatever it's called, and Pokemon Y next, and then work my way into the 3DS market, because I'm slacking on that one now. Whew, Pokemon's expensive. If you collect it, you know my pain. Alright, so what happened next was, if some of you know, if some of you are Canadian, you might know that the Anime North convention happened a few weeks ago. And I was too broke-ass to go, so what we did was we went to the old flea market. Decided to hit up some old flea markets, and the one that's not too far from Toronto has a lot of anime figures. So I was like, you know what, if we can't go to the convention, let's at least go to the flea market and buy some figs. So we get there, and of course the guy's at Anime North, and he's taken all his anime figures, so all that was left was the game side. So we ended up buying games instead. So first off, I went to the other side of the booth, and another dealer, he had empty DS cases. So I ended up getting this case from him for a couple bucks loose. As you can tell, I have the game already and I stuck it in here. But this case that I had was a repro case that I bought from a pawn shop. I remember getting it, and I get it home, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this doesn't look right. So the case was a repro case, so his was legit. So I now, changed that over, at least, so a legit case. Now, he also had some Gamegear games, $8 each on them. I think I got them down to about $6 each. He wasn't budging much on the price, man. I was trying. So I had to really argue with him and Haw to get that price down a little bit. But Bugs Bunny, Double Trouble, and G-Lock Air Battle. Game Gear games, you know, aren't always the easiest to come by, so I'll try to pick them up whenever I can. As long as they're in the $5 market. I don't, you know, outside of maybe like Mega Man, I don't like paying too much bucks for Game Gear games. So I'm glad to add those to the collection. And, you know, if you can see right there, is that's pretty much my entire Game Gear collection that you can see right there. It's pretty hurting. There's only about 10 games or maybe a bit more there. So it needs some love as it is. Although I do have some boxed games floating around here somewhere that I picked up cheap. Excuse me. Now, at the other booth, I got all kinds of cases. I'll buy Game Boy, you know, empty Game Boy cases and DS cases and stuff all day. Whenever they're under $1. I mean, this was, I think, 25 cents for the crusty one, $1 for these. I certainly need them. Just like the Super Nintendo slip covers for the games. If they're around $1, I'll buy a bunch. Pick this up. I ended up getting this from one of the places, Mega Man Battle Network 5. I can't honestly believe. Let's see if I can a little zoom in. That might help. I honestly can't believe that there's 5 of these. The one booth had a few more, but they were asking like 20 and up for them, and I was like, you know, loose. I'm like, nah. This one was 15. I think I got it for 10 after a little bit of a price negotiation. So, I don't know. I'm kind of interested in going after these now because once I start a collection, I kind of want to complete it. But these Mega Man Battle Network games are kind of pricey. So, not too sure about that. Now, at the booth where I wanted to buy my anime figures, they had buy 2, get 1 free. And so let's try and go through this a bit and just see what I got. So first off, they had the Addams Family on NES empty box. I think he wanted like 20 for it, but I talked him down to, I think, 15. I mean, it's pretty minty box, so I'm not really going to complain too hard. And then it was buy 2 at 15, get 1 free. So it included into the deal, so that's all I really cared about. I got Tetris boxed as well. Tetris is in it. I think, again, 20, but I, you know, talked him down to 15 to get the deal. And then I bought a couple other rando games. If I cannot get them all mixed up with all the other games that I have everywhere. Alright, so I also bought, again, I was really struggling to get some cheaper games. So I got this Citros game. I don't know, it's some racing game for 15 to get in the deal. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I got Where's Waldo for fun, because me and my son like to play the Where Waldo books. So, you know, I was like, oh, hell, get the NES game, why not? I'm sure it's terrible. I got, you know, Roger Rabbit, because God knows that's a classic for me, at least. I remember renting that a lot when I was a kid and then getting in trouble for it. And then Krusty's Funhouse, because, you know, pretty much whenever I find a Simpsons game, I'll pick it up. And then, this actually came from another booth. I got Cool Spot on the Genesis, finally. I think he took 10 on it because he had 3 copies of it. I think this is the one without the manual, but the cartridge itself is crispy. So, the ones with the manual were 20, and I'll live without a manual. I don't really mind too much. So, what else did we get? Now, I think that was it for the deal, guys. So I got the 3 and the 3. So bought 2, got 1 free, bought 2, got 1 free. That was another booth. And then that was about it. So then, you know, buying things off, you know, local sellers off Facebook and stuff. I ended up getting a whack of Nintendo games and a whack of Genesis games for a, you know, set price. It wasn't too bad. It was like $75. And unfortunately, I've put a lot of it away already, so because I went through it all, and you know, I had half of it, and I still have some of these, but these are the ones I still have out. So I got these from the guy. He was pretty much asking $5 a game, which was fair as far as I'm concerned. So I got Kid Nicky, got Super Pitfall. Kid Nicky I already had. Rad Racer, which I thought for sure I was going to have, but apparently I didn't. And then Mylon's Secret Castle, which I already had already, so you know, more trade bait. And then I think there was like 2 copies of Mario and Duck Hunt, you know, the usual. So more trade bait. And then got a couple more of these at the flea market. Forgot to pull these out. Nice red one. It's kind of interesting. Clear. And then I got a couple of these. I've already used a few. These Super Nintendo slip covers. I just love them. I'll get those all day, every day. And then, yeah, I got the Genesis from him as well, which came with like 5 games. But I've already put them all away, so I have really no idea what the hell even came with anymore, and they're already all stacked away, so can't show that right now. Sorry to tell you. But on the way home on the last weekend or whatever, 2 weekends ago, I saw a guy list some, you know, just a little bit of Nintendo stuff just for free. Just come and get it, take it. Now, yeah, it wasn't too crazy, don't get too excited, but it was Top Gun, which, cutely enough, I didn't have. I thought I had Top Gun, but when I checked my games, it was Top Gun 2 that I had. So I didn't even have Top Gun. And then I got this, if I can get this in the frame. It's the Turbo 2000 joystick for, you know, a Nintendo. In box, it's minty fresh. So, again, free. So I just went to the guy's house and he just gave it to me. So the Turbo 2000 controller in box with Top Gun for nothing. So I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take free retro games all day, any day, no problem. And that is about it. I mean, I know I picked up a couple little other things here and there. I might pull the Genesis out for the next one, depending. I'll see. And then just the other day I went to EB, and whenever I see a special edition, collector's edition, I'll buy it. So I got this Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash Edition. So, you know, if you know, I'm, you know, a bit of the anime fan, you know, a bit of the otaku. So, you know, I gotta get this. It's the no shirt, no shoes, all service edition. So it's got $89.99 there, but it was marked down to $49.99, $50. So I'll buy it when it's that price, especially brand new. So it comes with, you know, a couple character CDs, book, a couple other things, some, you know, DLC. So as far as I can tell, just from the back of it, you pretty much just chase girls around with a water gun and shoot them. So sounds like good time for the family. So that was pretty much my last pickup, outside of anything too crazy. For now, so hey, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you picked up. If anything, leave a link if you got a pickups video. And leave a like if you enjoyed seeing any of this jazz. And I'll talk to you next time. Peace.